Hopefully this is the last time I gotta explain myself, man. I'm really tired, and I'm really becoming annoyed with people, man, and the responses behind why it is that I support Donald J. Trump. And if you really knew me and you really were following the things that I'm saying, you would understand that, because I've made countless posts over the last 4 months. I've made countless posts. I've made 3 videos that I clearly explain the reasoning behind why I support Donald J. Trump. Um, the last time I checked, we got 2 white men running for president for 2020. Okay? So what makes Trump any more racist than Biden? If we're talking about racism, what makes Trump any more racist than Joe Biden? When Joe Biden has a history of not only saying racist or making racist statements about black people, but he's also pushed and had his hand in some of the historical disparities that our black men have been facing for 40 plus years. And I'll get into Biden later, but like I said, it's sad that I got to continue to defend my perspective because I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. Okay? My support of Trump has nothing to do with Trump as a person. It has everything to do with him as a president of America. The man is doing the job that he is in the White House to do. He's not in the White House to be my best friend. He's not in the White House to be politically correct. He's in the White House to do a job, and he's doing it, man. He's doing it. Like, I'm really getting tired of having to explain the impact not only that he's had on black people, but the impact that he's had on America. He's had a tremendous effect on America as a whole. He got the economy booming. Look at how much money he's pouring into the economy right now. He had the economy moving at a pace that hasn't been seen in over 100 freaking years, man. The man has only been a politician for 5 years. He's been a businessman all his life. Stop judging him as a politician. He's not a politician. He wasn't put in office to be a politician. I read something the other day. They said the man basically has forfeited $8 billion since he has ran for president, since he started running for president. He funded his own campaign. So we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars that he put up of his own money off the rip. Then you factor in everything else that comes into play. Business ventures that he's, stepped away from. Money that he's lost from, not taking certain business ventures. They said that he basically has forfeited or given up $8 billion just to be the president, man. Who do you know that's just going to run for president and just voluntarily throw away $8 billion just to start to make America racist again? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense, man. Like, I'm really getting tired, man, because this is embarrassing. Some of y'all are really embarrassing. Like I said, some of y'all do have some enlightful perspectives and opinions. You know what I mean? And I'm all for it. I'm all for having a positive dialogue. But once you start the dialogue coming out my neck, calling me a coon, telling me I'm a weirdo or I'm acting like a white dude or I'm a house nigga or whatever the case may be, soon as you come off and start insulting my intelligence, I'm just telling you from the rip, I fight fire with fire. I'm not no smuck. I'm not no punk ass nigga. You talk crazy to me, I'm going to talk crazy to you back, period. You know what I mean? And I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care about how anyone feels about it. I'm a grown ass man. At the end of the day, I'm a man before I'm anybody. All right? And you going to respect my mind. You going to respect me. And if you don't, then be prepared to receive what I got to say because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I'm like Trump. I'm not going to sit here and coddle y'all just because I know this is sensitive information and some of y'all ain't ready to receive it. So I'm not going to dumb down just so that you can receive it better. Because what's happening in this world, in this society, if it doesn't make you upset, if you're not pissed off, something's wrong with you. You really need to go get your head checked. Because the information that I know, the things that I'm discovering, I don't even look at the world as the same as I once did. And if that's not the impact that this type of information has on you, something's really wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you. So let me break down once again. And earlier I got caught off guard. See, I don't like doing debates with people if I don't have the information in front of me, okay? All right, I get caught up, I'm passionate, you know what I mean? And especially if I'm rudely interrupted and I'm cut off, sometimes I'll miss points and skip points, you know what I mean? And I'm not a public speaker. I don't try to be a public speaker. I'll never will be a public speaker. I don't care about speaking politically correct, okay? I'm going to give it to you the best way I know how, all right? But like I said, you're going to respect my mind. Y'all not going to keep coming out my neck like I'm some weirdo, like I'm some unintelligent person. Like, I've spent thousands of hours researching this shit. Thousands. So don't sit here and try to criticize my intelligence about information that you haven't put a percentage of the time that I put in. While you was at home watching the BET Awards, while you at home watching Love and Hip Hop, the only thing I watch on TV is sports. If football ain't on, I ain't watching TV. I don't even watch basketball. I don't watch TV. And I'm trying to get y'all to understand that. Y'all sit and y'all say, well, where do you get this information? When did you start looking at it from this perspective? Why do you put so much effort into this, that, and the third? It's because when you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. I wish I could shut it off and not be so indulged in what's really happening in this world. I wish I didn't give a fuck. I really did. I really do. But God puts it on my heart for a reason. So I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to let y'all silence me, or I'm not going, dumb it down just so y'all can receive it better and whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I tried that. People say, oh, well, it's all about your delivery and, you come off as this and you come off as that. I don't give a damn, okay? I don't care. I don't really care about your feelings. I don't. If you don't like how I come, don't say shit at all. If you know how I'm coming, don't say shit at all. If you ain't going to be able to receive what I'm saying and receive the message, even if it's contrary to what you believe, don't say nothing at all. Because if you come at me wrong, or if you come at me on some disrespectful stuff, I'm coming at you 10 times worse. That's just how I am. I don't care. Call me petty, immature, whatever. I'm a grown man. I live good. My life is good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect, but I ain't living bad. My life's a lot better than a lot of people's. So, it is what it is. You can think what you want about me. You know what I'm saying? But I sleep very well at night. Very well. Okay? So let's get into Trump. You guys want to know why I support Donald J. Trump? Well, where do you want me to start? Okay? I just told you about the economy. All right? He got the economy and it's booming. It's booming. I'm thinking 5, 10, 15 years ahead. I got plans. I'm an entrepreneur, okay? As comfortable as I am with my employment right now and my job, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I'm comfortable where I'm at, I I got goals. I'm trying to advance and be like Trump one day. That's my goal. You want to know who I idolize? I idolize a motherfucker like Donald J. Trump. Okay? The man is running 500 companies simultaneously while being the president of the United States of America. You don't become the president. You don't become a owner of 500 fucking businesses being a moron. I don't care what y'all think about that man, his public speaking skills. He can't finish a sentence. The man has 140 something IQ. He's a genius. You ask anybody that knows him personally, they will tell you Donald J. Trump is a genius. We got people that never even graduated, barely graduated high school, never graduated college, never went to college, never received no type of secondary form of education, but y'all want to call this man a moron. Y'all want to call him dumb. And y'all couldn't even sit at the same table as this man. That's a fact. That's a fact. So let's get into it. Okay? So one of the biggest promises that Trump had made going into the election was that he was going to make a significant impact as far as, you know, dealing with the economy when it comes to the black community. Okay, one of the first things that he did was he basically cut certain regulations, and he made significant tax cuts that drastically, almost can say primarily, benefit African Americans. By him cutting the taxes, he gave African Americans the opportunity to thrive within their own community. Okay? Black people are the key beneficiary of those tax cuts. So if the man is racist, he's doing a hell of a job. I mean, he's doing a terrible job. Since he started, or since he has been the president, since his election, he has created 1.1 million jobs for African Americans. So in less than 4 years, he's created 1 million jobs for African Americans, man. He put 1 million more of us at work. To work. However you want to say it. How does that not benefit me? How does that not benefit all of us? Make it make sense. If he's racist, show me where. How? That's all I'm trying to say. If he's racist, show me where he's racist. Because his policies clearly aren't racist. And I don't care about your personal feelings. I keep trying to tell y'all. That's all. Y'all can't give me one logical example of him being racist without bringing up the 73 Central Park 5, his so-called discriminatory practices with his rental properties. You can't even say the comments that he made about women was racist, because if anything, that's sexist, is not racist. So we're talking about two examples, really. We're talking about two examples that you can tell me over the course of, how old is Donald Trump? 70? Over the course of his 70-year life, you can come up with two examples of him being racist? Come on, man. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, for real. Like, y'all just take anything the media say and just run with it. Like, it's time for us to start thinking for ourselves and not letting them think for us, man. The man is not racist. The man has very prominent, distinguished, sophisticated, scholarly black men right inside of his cabinet, right inside of the White House, working with him at the round table every single day. And not only does he have the presence of Black America inside of the White House, but he's actually listening and he's actually implementing the things that they're asking for. So if the man is racist, he's doing a horrible job. He's doing a horrible job. 1.1 million in less than 4 years. Tremendous impact. Historical. Pre-COVID-19, the black unemployment rate was 5.5%. 5.5%. When Obama took office, it was 8%. By the time Obama got out of office, it was 16%. So we had our first black president for 8 years. And in 8 years, black unemployment doubled under a black president. And we want to sit here and talk about racism? Not only is the black unemployment rate at 5.5% for blacks, but it's at 4.4% for black women. Lowest ever. Historical. Not only has he created an economy that's historical, best ever. Lowest unemployment rate for blacks, historical, best ever. Lowest unemployment rate for black women, historical, best ever. But he's also bridged the gap between black and white unemployment. He's made it smaller. So if the man is racist, he's doing a terrible job. You know what I mean? It's just, common sense ain't common no more, man. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to research this information and to discover it and to use your own critical judgment. Fuck what the media is showing you. Do y'all understand 95% of the media voted against Donald J. Trump? Do y'all not understand what the significance of that? We're talking all the major corporations, New York Post, Washington Post, CNN, MSDNC, all of these top media outlets that you're getting all your information from, that you are taking as gold and just believing whatever they're telling you. These are the same people who wanted Hillary Clinton to win. They did not want Donald J. Trump to win. You want to know why I'm voting? And now, like I said in my video, I voted one time in my entire life, and that was for Barack Obama in 2008. I didn't vote in 12, but I voted in 2008. And you want to know why I'm voting in 2020? Because when I did my research and I understood the significance of Donald Trump becoming elected, okay? And when I realized how basically all decks were against him. Every card in the book was anti-Trump. He was not supposed to win. So when the Russiagate came out, I'm not going to lie, I had my ears pointed. I was wondering. I'm like, hold on, man, because it kind of makes sense. Like, how the fuck did he win? Like, he was not supposed to win. It had to be some illegal cheating stuff because there was no way he was supposed to win. But when all of that came out and I dug deep and I realized that that was all a facade, there was no collusion with Russia, there was none of that, it was all made up. Then I said, damn. So this man, with all that was against him, we're talking funded his own presidency, lost his own money just to become president. We're talking, the character assassination that they put on this man, all the lies, all the fake stories, all the, everything that they've done to try to prevent him from becoming the president, he still won. This man won with 8% of the black vote. And that 8% was more than what John McCain got and was more than what Mitt Romney got. Do you know that the numbers right now? They're saying that Trump can potentially get 30% of the black vote. That 8 is now standing at in the high 20s, potentially 30. So for all y'all Trump thumpers that just swear up and down Biden is going to win, think about it. The man already won with 8% of our vote. Now he's sitting at 25 to 30. And y'all still talking about he going to lose? He don't even need our vote. So imagine what he's going to do with our vote. Make it make sense. Y'all not even thinking logically. Y'all just reacting off of emotion. Can't tell me one principle, one initiative, one goal that Biden has made. In fact, y'all ain't even heard from, has he even came out and fucking accepted the goddamn Democratic nomination? When is that going to happen? When is he going to come out and address the public? Give some type of hope to his presidency. No one has heard from Joe Biden in over 80 days. From what I'm hearing, from the research that I'm doing, he has dementia. So when Trump says things like, oh, he doesn't know where he's at, that's why he says stuff like that. So there's a reason why they're keeping this man from in front of the camera. Look what he did. The first time he went in front of the camera, one of the first times he went in front of the camera, open interview, was on the Breakfast Club. And look how big of a hiccup he made on the Breakfast Club. So now they really shutting his ass up. But y'all are not paying attention. Y'all too fixated on Trump. Oh, he's the lesser of two evils. That's dumb as hell. That's like literally walking on a ledge blindfolded. Like, fuck, I'm just going to die anyway. Might as well just die. Might as well just fall where I can't see and it's going to die anyway. That's basically what you said. We're screwed anyway, so I might as well pick Biden, you know what I mean, because he's less racist. Like that, really? So you're gonna go back because we're making progress. Being under the Democratic rule, we're still living in the 60s. The Democrats have done everything to stop civil rights initiatives. They voted against the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. They don't even think we should be citizens. They don't even want us to be free. Nor do they think we should be able to vote. Joe Biden thinks that you're a predator. Joe Biden thinks that your son and daughter, who may be growing up in a single parent home, or what did he call them? Unfit for society. Literally called single kids growing up in single parent homes predators. I just posted a article that came out recently, but it was something that he had said back in the 80s when he talked about black people and not wanting to live in a racial jungle. You know what jungle means? Jungle is code word for monkeys. I don't want to live with a bunch of monkeys. That's what he's talking about. So when you say lesser of two evils, where's your measuring stick? What are you weighing that off of? Because I just sat here, we can't take Trump back to the 80s because Trump is not a politician. The man has only been a politician for 5 years. So you can only take Trump back to 2015 at the very earliest. Okay? So how the hell is it his fault? We're talking racism. We're talking historical. We're talking things that's been going on for decades that was beyond Trump's wildest imagination at the time. Because like I said, I can see if Trump, you can even go back to interviews years ago when they were asking him, would you ever consider running for president? No, I don't want to. No, I don't see that. No, multiple occasions he said no, flat out. No, I don't want to be the president. No. So it's not like he has a history of having a impact on certain laws and having an impact on certain legislations. None of that. That man was too busy making money. It wasn't until 9/11, when after 9/11, After 2001, when they faked that whole 9/11 situation to go to war, there was about 300 generals, military generals, that got together and said enough is enough. And from that point forward, they started forming their own secret group, their own secret society of people who basically were plotting to disrupt what Trump is disrupting. Okay? Because what y'all fail to understand is none of this stuff is happening by accident. This stuff was literally been planned for decades. So when y'all say Trump is a part of it, if Trump is a part of it, we would still be on lockdown. If Trump is a part of it, we would be under martial law, even though we are under, there's certain aspects of martial. Whenever they restrict our movement and tell us we got to be in at a certain time, curfews on, that is martial law. Okay? No matter what y'all want to label it or whatever y'all want to say, but that is a true prime ingredient of martial law. The other key ingredient is civil unrest. And I've been telling y'all that for years. I've been making posts. I've been telling y'all, I said, with all these racial shootings, all these fake, shootings, I told y'all the reason for that is to create civil unrest. See, the problem isn't with us. The problem is with them. And they are actually giving the American people too much fucking credit. That's the problem. They're actually giving us too much credit because they think that certain things is going to cause a certain reaction, but they're wrong. Because America is actually more united than it's ever been. It's the media that continues this race baiting propaganda. For the last 5 months, it's been, or 3 months, 4 months, it was COVID. You couldn't turn the TV on unless it was about COVID. I'm talking all day long, 24/7. Trump opens it back up. Trump exposes the fake news. Now he cuts the funding of the WHO. He basically calls out the CDC about making up numbers. They basically take over the whole COVID-19 information that's being put out, start putting out real numbers, got the CDC backtracking and admitting that they were wrong, got Fauci coming in admitting that he was wrong. Now all of a sudden it's forget COVID, now it's police brutality. Come on, man. And y'all don't see it. Y'all don't understand that the reason why they continue to keep throwing these distractions is, for one, they don't want you to know what's really going on. Okay? They don't want you to know. Why do you think now? I just posted something today. There was a TED Talk a couple days ago where they're trying to introduce us to pedophilia. They're trying to desensitize us to pedophilia. So when all of these people get exposed for their pedophilia, it's, oh, well, I mean, just like D. Wade. Y'all don't understand what is going on. Y'all think that it's just by chance. It's not. All this shit is being orchestrated. D. Wade is being used to desensitize you. So when this shit hits the fan and these people start getting exposed, it's people like you making excuses for them. Oh, well, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, it's free, free society. You can't, people can love who they want to love and blah, 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 whatever. I see it coming now. All it's going to take is for the media to come out and tell you it's okay. And a large majority of you is going to accept it because the media tells you to. And that's a fact. Y'all just reacted off of emotion. Y'all don't have no type of real true sense about what's really going on in the world. And then when I try to tell y'all what's really going on in the world, it's a conspiracy. Come on, man. Like, wake the fuck up. Like, when are y'all going to wake up, man? This is sad. It's embarrassing. It really is. Because I know I got some people who are watching who may not be commenting. It may not even seem like they're even engaged or paying attention, but they are. And I got some friends, and I got, you know what I mean, black friends. I ain't talking about white friends. I'm talking about black friends. I got some black friends that are very sophisticated and, you know, that may not necessarily engage in these type of conversations, but they're watching. And it's embarrassing for me to have these conversations, for them to see the type of dialogue and hatred that we have for each other. We're sitting here fighting racism, but black people are more detrimental to each other than any white man alive. There ain't a white man, there ain't a law, there ain't a circumstance out here that is more of a detriment to us as a community, as a people, as a culture than black people. We are our own. We are our weakest link. We are our own demise. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm not gonna sit here and point the finger at white people and you know, use, you know, 50-year-old propaganda that was used to enslave us mentally, and 50 years later we're still enslaved mentally, when I can't even ask you to give me one logical explanation why I shouldn't support Trump. I can't even ask you to give me one logical explanation why I shouldn't support him without you mentioning race. That's all you see is race. When race ain't even real. This shit is a social construct. It's not real. Okay? It was created to keep us divided. Okay? And I'm not going to continue to live my life that way. It's not about being a coon. It's about being an individual. I judge people accordingly. Because I've had just as much hatred come from black people towards me than I have experienced with white people. And if you want me to really keep it a being, I've had more white men support me, do more for me, help me in my adult life than my own family, than my own friends, than my own people. We want to talk about racism. Let's talk about how we treat each other. I'm not even going to mention black on black crime. Since y'all love to try to dismiss black on black crime and say it's not comparable when, you know, the chances of you dying from a cop is 0.00000000001, but the chances of you dying by the hands of your own is 80%. So the chances of you dying by the hands of a white cop, a racist white cop, literally is like my man said, getting struck by lightning 3 times. Like, it's like literally damn near impossible. Like, it's 1% of one. It's a 1% of 1% chance. Literally, we're talking 46 million people, and we're talking less than 200 people a year are dying by the hands of the cops, and half of that just might be justified killings, because niggas do nigga shit. I mean, we do shit that warrants getting shot. I mean, keep it a bean. So we're talking literally 0.1, man. Now let's factor in, and that's across America. That ain't just in PA. That ain't just in Northeast. That's in America. We're talking less than a few handful of people, okay? But yet we got thousands of people dying every day. But I'm not even going to use that comparison, because y'all don't want to be real. People don't want to be real with yourselves, because it's all about race. It's all about race. These are racist. Get the hell out of here, man. Some of y'all is some of the ignorantest people I know. I'm just keeping it big. I scroll up and down my timeline all day long. And it ain't just racist towards white people. It's just hatred, period. You know what I'm saying? Just hatred, period. How y'all talk to each other, how y'all engage with each other, how y'all treat each other for having a difference of opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a fire plug when it comes to being disrespected. Anybody can tell you that. I don't play that disrespectful stuff. All right? I don't play that disrespectful stuff, especially the queens, because 90% of my responses is coming from women. And I respect y'all, and y'all don't even know, because sometimes I be really wanting to tell y'all how I feel, but I got a love for the queens, and I love y'all, and I really do respect black women, period. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't got nothing to do with race or nothing like that. It's just I understand the essence of my existence and where I come from, and I understand the power in the black woman. And I ain't even got to get into detail about that, okay? But what I will continue to do is talk about Trump, because like I said, he bridged the gap between white and black unemployment, okay? So, I mean, where is this racism coming into effect? I'm just trying to figure it out. Because if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. I'm not the type of person that can't accept constructive criticism. But as long as that constructive criticism is plausible. I mean, y'all are just throwing out baseless opinions that don't even make no sense. I mean, you're talking about just irrelevant shit. Let's talk results. Let's talk about what is this man doing. I can see if this was 2016 and then we were just going off of, shit, then it might have been a little bit easier. Not even gonna say easier, but then it might have been a little bit harder for me to explain my support when the results aren't there. But now that the results are there, it's easy. One click of the button. Everything I said for the last 37 minutes is one click of the fucking button, man. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. It doesn't take much work or much effort at all. But most of us are just so lazy because it doesn't fit your narrative. You rather turn on the TV and hear them, give you a fake news story about how racist he is, or how he's dividing America, or how he's, using all this divisive rhetoric, which is bullshit. Because this is what y'all fail to understand. This is what's so crazy. Y'all criticize a person for being a Trump supporter, but yet y'all don't understand that in part of being a Trump supporter is aligning yourself and basically following other Trump supporters. So I'm actually following Trump supporters. So I know what they're saying. I know what they want. I know how they feel. I am talking to them. I'm engaging with them. I'm interacting with them. It's not just my perception, okay? It's not a perception. I'm on the level. I'm on the same level with them because I'm objectively listening. I'm objectively listening. I'm learning every single day. I'm learning, okay? So don't sit here and try to tell me that all white people are racist or all Trump supporters are racist. You know how I know all Trump supporters are racist? I'm going to tell you how. I'm not even going to say how I know, but I'm going to tell you the difference, okay? I post shit. There's been a couple videos that I posted of me, not of someone else, but of me, that I've posted on other platforms, on other groups, in other groups, that I've gotten dozens of shares, dozens, from white people. From white people. I've gotten dozens of shares. That's the difference. Because they are looking at the information objectively and listening. And regardless of who you or where your preference lies, the truth is absolute. You can't distort the truth. You can't manipulate the truth. The truth is absolute. I don't care about opinion. I care about facts. I care about results. But I could post something on a different platform and get dozens of shares and then put it on my page, on my Facebook page with y'all, the ones watching, you, and get none. Not even get, half of y'all won't even watch it because y'all don't want to add to my views. Y'all don't want to press the like button. Y'all don't want to share it. Y'all don't want to get the message out. Y'all don't want to be wrong. So most of you don't even watch it. Most of you won't dare to share it. Most of you won't dare to even acknowledge it because you don't want your illusion destroyed. There's no reason why a post about me supporting Donald Trump should make you angry enough to want to delete me. Should make you angry enough to feel like you gotta call me out my name or disrespect me, ridicule me, this, that, and the third, for me having my own fucking opinion, man. Oh, well, you used to be Mr. Black Thought and you used to be so pro-black. Guess what? Don't I still look black? Ain't I still black? I wake up black every single goddamn day. I'm not sitting in here, you know what I'm saying, sitting over here, you know what I mean, putting black people down. I'm not putting y'all down. All I'm saying is let's take personal accountability for our own actions. Yes, we all know there's a such thing as systemic racism. Yes, we all know there's a such thing as industrial racism. Yes, we all know that there's racism, period. We all know that, okay? But what I'm saying is, it's 2020. America is a lot more united than the media will ever let you believe. And I refuse to continue to live in this having this victim mentality that all white people are racist, the whole world is against us, you know, blah, 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 okay? This whole, we need to start our own, all that bullshit will not fucking work without the help and support of white people, okay? It won't work. This is a movement for America, not a movement for black people. I'm not so shallow-minded that I can only see and think of race. I'm bigger than that, man. My mind goes farther than that. I know too much. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I studied this shit. I've been studying this shit for literally 10 plus years, man. Maybe not necessarily Trump, but definitely just the way of the land and how things have been, how things are and what's happening in this world. All that shit. I've been sitting here telling y'all about cloning, all this shit. Oh, why would they clone? Man, are you kidding me? They've been doing this shit for decades. Then people want to say, oh, well, if it was true, we would know. No, that is not true. You would not know. There are secret. Do you know what a security clearance is? A secret security clearance? Do any of you know what that means? Do you understand the classification of that? Do you understand that there are millions of Americans right now that have an understanding of things that are happening that they swore that they cannot ever tell? Because with that comes death. With that comes, their career goes out the window, everything. So a lot of them are afraid to even open their mouth. And the whistleblowers that have opened their mouth, most of them have been killed. Most of them has been killed. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Let's talk about the opportunity zones. What he did basically is he came out with an initiative that is basic. It focuses on the economical growth within the underdeveloped communities. So we're talking about the communities like Homewood, Wilkinsburg, East Liberty, All these communities that, for decades have been decrepit. The values of the homes have gone down. You name it. Okay. So what he's done is he's basically put together a coalition of groups who are going to receive that money, and they're going to put that money back into the communities with better infrastructure, with more jobs. How is that a bad thing? I'm just trying to figure it out. How is that a bad thing? I don't feel bad for them bums on Frankstown Road. I don't feel bad for them. Every day I rap out there and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Seriously. As a black man riding through Frankstown Avenue, okay, don't even matter what time of day, okay, shit's embarrassing, okay? So I have no sympathy for them, coming up with a plan to basically take back our communities. So be it. We had more than enough time to get our shit together and to invest in our own communities. So be it. So be it. So be it. So what he's done with those opportunity zones is he's invested $100 billion into the renovations and the revitalization of these communities. That's important. Not only is it more jobs, not only is it a better infrastructure, better it's raising property value for homeowners. It's ridding us of this impoverished ghetto culture that we live under. I love to see all ghettos and all hoods demolished and dismantled. If you ask me, that's what the fuck we need. That is probably the biggest problem that we face in this world. We all know the history behind it, and it's not a racial thing. It's the statistics and it'll show you. You put any racial group in the same type of elements that we're in, and you're going to get the same result. So now we got Trump who's saying, okay, well, if that's true, if that's the case, well, let me help you. Let me revitalize some of these communities. Let's kick these people who don't want to do nothing with themselves. Get them the fuck out of here. And let's empower the people within these communities. How is that a bad thing? Like I said, if he's racist, he's doing a terrible job. Because I would think he would be doing the opposite. I would think he would be allowing us to continue to kill ourselves, allowing to continue to live in slums and this, that, and the third. But he's a businessman. He's all about getting the economy where it needs to be. So I keep going. Okay, so we got opportunity zones, invested $100 billion. Okay? Let's talk about the elimination of the sentencing disparities that he basically has reformed the criminal justice system. And he created, because under the Clinton era bill, we had the 3 strikes law, we had the disparities between sentencing for crack cocaine and cocaine, okay? So we know the impact that's had, that alone has had on, unfair sentencing. You got brothers, doing more time for, a marginal amount of crack compared to, probation, for cocaine. You know what I mean? So we know that. These are issues we've talked about throughout the black community for years, okay? Anyone that knows anything knows and understands that, okay? It doesn't take a extremely intelligent person to understand that, okay? There's a lot of black men today in prison right now behind Bill Clinton's crime bill, okay? So what he did is he reversed it, and he basically has demolished those disparities, okay, equaled out the sentencing guidelines. And not only that, but he has a team of people who are literally re-examining all of those cases. So they're going back and they're re-examining thousands and thousands and thousands of cases. And they're basically highlighting certain cases that clearly show a disproportionate rate of sentencing and disparities in sentencing. And not only is he resentencing some of these people, so he's resentencing them and giving some hope that didn't have hope. Some of these dudes was 3 strikes life, ain't getting out. Now they got hope. But he's also releasing some of them immediately. Out of the 7,000 people that have been released under the First Step Act, out of the 7,000 plus, 93% of them were black. And that's just the start. That's just in the however many years that act has been in place. In another 4 years, that 7,000 could easily be 20,000. So if he's racist, why the hell is he making such of a drastic impact on rewriting the criminal justice system? Make it make sense. If he's racist, show me. And last but not least, my last point I'm going to make, he permanently funded HBCUs, man. So that means that every year, even under Obama, HBCUs had to go to the White House and basically beg representatives for HBCUs. I've read articles where representatives for HBCUs have made public statements saying that they felt like they were literally begging every single year to receive the funding. And Donald J. Trump said, forget that. No more begging. Not only did he fund them, not only did he pump, he's already given them more money than Obama did in 8 years. He's done in 4 years. He's already given them more money in 4 years than Obama did in 8. But not only that, he funded it permanently. Something Obama didn't do. Something Obama didn't do. So if he's racist, he's doing a terrible job. Like, come on, let's just be real. Let's just be real. Like, y'all got to be real with yourselves, man. That's the problem. Y'all too busy just, going whatever the way the wind blows, listening to whatever you hear on TV, not doing any real research, Googling something and looking at the first headline. Do you understand Google is being sued civilly for bias search results? And it's also under the investigation led by Trump, under the investigation of the Department of Justice. Okay? So Google is not a valuable source of information because it's biased. So many of you will research something, and the first headline, you'll read it and they'll say, oh, it's not real, or it's not true. Oh, it's not true. That's all you needed to see. Oh, it's not true. Shit, I go to page 50. If it's 50 pages, I want to see 50 different pages. I want to read all of them. That's the type of person I am. I'm not going to read the first 2 articles that fit my narrative and say, oh, yeah, I knew it. I knew that wasn't true. Not knowing that the media lies. That's what they do. They lie. These jokers lie. They have information days, sometimes weeks ahead of actually putting it out. So we actually think the shit's happening in real time, and the shit happened 2 weeks ago. shit that happens all over the world. We getting secondhand thinking it's happening now and it's current when it already happened. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't even understand the magnitude of the media, or y'all understand the power of the media and the magnitude of what they are actually doing to get this man out of office. And I'm just tired of having to defend why I support this man. It has nothing to do with race. Has absolutely nothing to do with race. Has absolutely nothing to do with being a Republican, a Democrat. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything but America. Period. Like it or love it, man. Trump 2020.